Malika stood in the middle of her room, frozen with worry, like a statue made of nerves and pajama fluff.
Okay, don't explode. Don't faint. Don't set anything on fire.
Her cereal went soggy as she sat frozen, chewing nothing but nerves, so her mom asked,
You're usually halfway done by now, what's up?
She clutched her backpack like it might float her away from school forever.
Maybe I can just live in this car.
In class, her name was next, and her heartbeat sounded louder than the school. Inside her imagination, tiny clouds of thought scrambled through brain files labeled total embarrassment. The teacher announced lunchtime just before Malika's name got its spotlight moment.
I think my foot just learned tap dancing.
As Malika walked down the hallway, each step toward the cafeteria felt like a drum solo pounding in her chest. Malika sat down but couldn't eat. Her sandwich sat untouched while her stomach twisted like a pretzel. Suddenly, a tiny golden ant crawled across her lunch tray and looked up at her with wise little eyes. It looked at Malika and said,
Hey there, little one. Your nerves are louder than a marching band.
Wow, you can talk? Who's the little one? You or me?
I'm definitely smaller. I've got bigger wisdom. I've been helping nervous kids for centuries. You're not the first to have butterflies doing backflips in your stomach.
The ant pointed to Malika's chest, then tapped its tiny antenna thoughtfully.
Yeah, that nervous feeling bouncing around is not your enemy. It's just trying to protect you, but doesn't know when to take a break.
The ant waved its antenna, and suddenly Malika could see her worries. They were like tiny, colorful clouds floating around her head. Purple was for science projects. Blue was for presentation. And orange was for math. The ant smiled proudly, showing Malika that each cloud appeared smaller and less frightening when seen alone.
When they get stormy, imagine arranging them neatly. Handle them one at a time, and you'll find nothing is impossible. That's how a big scary task turns into small, manageable pieces.
The golden ant waved at Malika and said goodbye. Malika said, Wait, don't go. I have so many questions. I'll be here when you need me. Just line up those clouds one by one. Ant answered. Later that day, Malika presented her volcano model to the class, feeling her worries align neatly. As Malika explained volcanoes, her anxiety faded, giving way to confidence and a sense of empowerment. Her teacher looked at her with a smile, clearly admiring her confidence. The class loved her presentation, and Malika felt a warm glow in her heart. Malika walked confidently down the hallway, proud of how she was managing her worries about next week's math quiz. That night, Malika sat on her bed, calm despite many worries, knowing she could handle them one at a time. The next day, Malika enjoyed breakfast confidently, aware of her abilities to tackle any challenge. And when she was back at school, she walked down the hallway confidently, becoming an inspiration to every kid in her class.
When life feels too much to handle, remember one breath, one thought at a time. That's how courage and confidence begins.
In the quiet of the morning, when the shadows start to play, she feels the weight of questions that won't seem to go away. But deep inside there's something, a whisper small and true. You faced the dark before, and the light lives inside you. One light, that's how the stars ignite. she tries to hide. But courage isn't loud, it walks gently at your side. Her fear once shaped her silence, now it shapes her song. She's learning every stumble means she's moving right along. One step, one light, that's how the stars ignite. One breath, one try, even if your voice shakes, you're braver than you know. Every time your heart breaks, so rise, Melika, rise. Your story's just begun. You don't have to change